welcome everybody to Let's Talk Motorsport for another Supercars preview. This week it is the Townsville race up in far north Queensland. It's going to be a really interesting race weekend. So let's get straight into the action. We've got a lot of viewers at the moment, 8 on TikTok Live. Obviously, this will be recorded for YouTube and Spotify, but for the wonderful viewers here, thank you much for listening and spending your night with me this weekend. First comment that's come in for the live is from Southie saying they've picked the worst lineup for the concert in my opinion. I don't even know who's playing, which probably means it not a great lineup. But anyway, do comment who they are because I have no idea. I'm not really a music fan, to be brutally honest. Look, really quick, we'll go through the news for the weekend. I don't think there's too much to report except for Nick Percat re-signing. He signed a long-term deal. It's honestly great to see him happy at Mattstone Racing. Obviously, there was a bit of bad stuff that went on with him at Walkinshaw Andretti United. He almost quit Supercars full stop. We're very glad he didn't do that. The other kind of news is that Jaden Ojeda has confirmed that he's racing with Jack LeBrock for the Enduros. I actually saw Jaden Ojeda last weekend at Queensland Raceway, which is pretty cool. Apart from that, not really much else that happened this week. Bit of Super 2 news. Mason Kelly's backed up by Rick Kelly, which would be cool. Or Rick Kelly Resort, actually. Must own his own business. The only person I know from that list, Southie, is Tones and I don't know who G Flip is, but yeah. There we go. We've got some news coming from one of the comments. Angus saying that Jess Dane has reportedly sold her stake in Triple Eight. Yeah, I'm not really surprised because isn't she partners with Shane Van Gisbergen over in America now? So not really much you can do here besides obviously investing. So yeah, interesting. The Townsville track is obviously a great one, situated in Reed Park. I can get some track facts up here, but obviously it's a street circuit. It's actually one of my, if I'm being honest, it's actually one of my favorite tracks on the whole calendar. But how long is it actually? How long is the track? I'm very unorganized for this episode. Apologies. And I know it's on the shorter side. Oh, 2.8 Ks. Yeah, there you go. Wow. The week's schedule, if you don't know the support categories, they're going to be the Aussie racing cars, which are one of my favorites, the Porsche Carrera Cup, which is always awesome around Townsville, and finally, they're back. The Toyota 86s, officially called the Toyota Gazoo Racing Australia GR Cup. Quite a tongue twister. But these cars this round, or actually this is their first round, are going to be in brand new GR 86s, hence the GR name. And it's going to be a very, very cool round. I think that I've heard there's about 32 cars. And I can't wait. I used to own an 86 myself, so I used to get around the old cars, but now the new ones are out, I'm even more excited. A little bit more power, which is cool. And apparently a couple of the entries have come in, and a couple of the entries for the 86s are going to be Stephen and Clay Richards, father-son, going to be racing in the 86s. That's pretty cool. I'll be definitely watching that over the weekend. Follower just came in. Carney, I believe it is. Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the pod. Thank you for following us on TikTok. Speaking of the categories, also I forgot to mention Dunlop Series. Dunlop Series will be there as well. If you remember last year's race around there, it got quite what's the word? Let's just call it entertaining. There was a huge crash at turn. What do they call it? Turn 3, where half the field got wiped out. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's going to be quite a hectic weekend, obviously, with those categories that's going to be racing. I'm actually just going to find out how many races are actually in Tony Gazoo, Australia, because I cannot believe how many I've seen already. So yeah, let's have a look. Townsville. Surely from like Speed Cafe or something. Anyway, I'll find it eventually. 32 cars. 32 cars. Actually, there's some pretty big names in here. Wow. Fabian Coulthard, Jaden Ojeda are going to be in there as well. And then obviously a few kind of local champs winners of other categories. There's a 15-year-old as well. Wow. Lincoln Taylor. That's pretty cool. Is there a whole grid here? No. Their calendar is Townsville, Sydney Super Night, Sandown, Bathurst, and Gold Coast. So it's unfortunately only a 5-round. Only a 5-round series. But still, 32 cars. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm very excited. Anyway, we'll go to the schedule of the weekend because, they start off pretty early. Obviously, if you're on the East Coast, it makes a bit of a difference. But for us here, it's actually going to be even earlier than this schedule. So, for example, I won't go through the whole schedule, but the Aussie Racing Cars practices tomorrow at 7:25 a.m., which is like 6:45 for me in Adelaide. So, yeah, crazy. Couple of comments come in about the categories this weekend. Yeah, they got 5 rounds and they spent $150,000 on a car. Yeah, it's quite crazy, I can imagine. But I think the reason why they started so late was because just getting it organised. I know the cars were delayed a bit. There weren't many entries at the start of the year, so perhaps next year they'll have a longer calendar. And Fabian Coulthard is also doing double duties as well for this weekend. I mean, the correction. Southie, you're forgiven. Stephen Richards is not racing this weekend. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the full grid, but that's okay. I'm sure we'll see it all tomorrow for the round. Anyway, in terms of the schedule, I've tried to do this a few times, but I got sidetracked. I'll go through the supercar schedule. Their first practice session is 11:45 tomorrow, local time. If you're living in Adelaide, that'll be 11:15. Practice 2 later in the afternoon is at 2:40, which will be 2:10 here. Qualifying for the Saturday race will happen on Saturday morning at 9:45. So if you are going to the race, get there early, otherwise you'll miss that. Top 10 shootout will be at 11:30. The actual race itself, both races are going to be at the same time, 2:10 p.m. They are 250k races, I believe. Is that correct? 88 laps. Yeah, 250k each. Sorry about that. And then Sunday, similar schedule. We have 10. Oh my God, 9:30 a.m. on Sunday for the qualifying. Top 10 is at 11:35, weird time, and 2:10 for the race. So it's going to be a 2-stop race most likely, unless you have an incident. I think I don't mind the long races. We had this chat, Daniel and I, a couple episodes ago about it, and I think that sometimes the races are a bit too long. Having the same issue with Adelaide, for example, this is going to be the exact same. Cooper's just asked if we can see the simulator. I mean, you can see it there. However, after in the Q&A, I'll show it in depth. It's going to be very interesting, and obviously we've got a quick turnaround, as Bryce has just mentioned in the comments. Obviously, it's one of the few kind of close, back-to-back rounds. Obviously, not like F1 where it's week to week at the moment, but usually there's one race a month, and we've got two in a month. So very exciting stuff. I think this round's been brought forward a little bit. Like I said, it's usually on my birthday, which is the 18th to the 20th or kind of thing. But yeah, this year it's a couple weeks early. Also, does anyone know? Are they doing town to track or whatever it's called, where they drive on the street for every round now? Because I love it, and I really hope they keep doing it because I want to see it in Adelaide. So yeah, if anyone knows, oh, Daniel's already written yes. There you go. My co-host has already written yes. Anyway, yeah. So this weekend, obviously, it's a pretty Red Bull dominated track again, unfortunately. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll go through the current kind of standings and see how everyone will kind of go. Usually Daniel does this, leads away the previews. But yeah, obviously last round was dominated by Brock Feeney winning both races. So look, you're kind of going to expect that they will do the same. Who knows? Actually, someone's written here, Ari. How would they do track to town in the Gold Coast? Because the track isn't a town. Now, Bryce has written about Adelaide's too. The track is a little bit out, and it would only be a couple-minute drive from downtown the city. Like, the track is in the city, but not in the middle. So, good point. Good point. But I kind of think these guys aren't like Townsville tracks in the city as well. So, I guess they just map out a little route. Couple kilometre drive. So, yeah, that's what I would imagine. Jordan's joined. Hello, welcome. Start the track to town at the exhibition centre. Oh, could you imagine that in Queensland at the Gold Coast, going from the exhibition centre in Broadbeach all the way through? That would be cool. Down the Gold Coast Highway, that'd be sick. Yeah, it's called track to town, but let's be honest, it's more like town to town. Not even. Let's just rename it town. Anyway, yeah, let's go through kind of some of the what can I call it? Guesses of like who's gonna perform well. Obviously, we can only go by history and just preview some of the results. We'll do a bit of a Q&A later on who everyone else thinks is gonna, come away with the victories. Obviously, there's two races 13 and 14 for the year. Like I said, Brock Feeney dominated the last two up in Darwin. So yeah, we'll see what happens with this weekend. Like I said, this race has been dominated by the Red Bulls in the past, especially Van Gisbergen. So look, I'm gonna keep it kind of boring, and I think, unfortunately for us as an entertainment value, that it will be a Red Bull kind of dominated round. But I think there are some dark horses in the grid that could potentially shake things up. Obviously, got Chaz Mostert, who was always up there, leading the way for the Ford Mustangs. Nick Percat, who we mentioned before, has just signed a new multi-year deal with Matt Stone Racing. James Golding as well could be up there. I'm just going through the championship order, to be brutally honest. But anyone can really, get involved with winning a race. My mate Kale's just joined us. What's up, Kale? Haven't seen you in ages, mate. Up, Chazzy. Yeah, I'm a Chaz Mostert fan. I got his t-shirt in the cupboard. I might wear that over the weekend. Yeah, I obviously think Chaz Mostert could potentially win this weekend. He's been pretty consistent over the year. I think he's had most of his issues come in at pit lane, to be brutally honest. But we'll see how we go. A couple of comments coming through. Jordan saying it's unfortunately going to be probably another boring race. Look, let's hope not, but I think in terms of distance, it could be kind of boring. I've kind of always said that I think races in supercars at least need to be short, sharp, and sweet. Have everyone do their races. Maybe have a one-stop race. Have it some sort of interesting. So yeah, we'll see how we go. My partner George has just joined the stream. Hello, honey. We'll get into some more drivers here. Yeah, Cam Waters obviously is always going to be up there each weekend. Let's just see if nothing goes wrong. That's usually what happens to him. Yeah, we'll see how we go. New line, yeah, like we said, James Golding could be in a really good position. They're in Triple Eight built cars, as Bryce has just mentioned. Um, yeah, well, I think I always thought James Golding is really good, but he gets in his own way, if that makes sense. Kind of like Cam Waters, but I feel like Cam Waters is just unlucky, not. And the reasons he doesn't finishes a race isn't his fault. So yeah, I guess kind of take that as you will. And then obviously we've had a few drivers who have been down the order lately, but just coming up to their stride. Obviously the two Shell V Power boys, Anthony Pasquale goes really well at Townsville. That could be another option. So yeah, we'll see how we go. South has just written here, too long to be a good event, too short of a track for a super. Yeah, look, I agree. It is a short track, but like, hey, Tasmania is a really short track, and they make super sprint work out really well. Yeah, maybe not a super sprint. I don't really know what they name all the race events anymore because I can't really keep up. So Bryce is asking me here, do you suggest they go back to the old format, 2 60-minute races with a halftime break? When did they do that? Have I missed something? The only thing I was thinking of was 2 Saturday races, 125K, and then um, you know, the big one on Sunday. No, this isn't a super sprint. The only super sprint race of the year, I believe, that's left is just Tassie. Yeah, yeah, that's the only short race or short super sprint race. I mean, they got Super Night, but I don't think that's got anything different. Yeah, they're a bit weird though. With I really don't like the way supercars name their events. It's kind of weird. Yeah, yeah. Look, the two. No, what I was trying to say with the two shorter races is that yes, the racing might not be any better, but I feel like having the chance to, you know, not stop it, but have two different types of races where action can happen. It's kind of like having a really big safety car. Obviously with another mixed up grid. Um, yeah, like a 60-minute race with a stop. Um, I don't know. It's another opportunity to have more incidences, or get up the grid, or have a worse race. More things can go right or wrong with more racing. Let's be honest. That's why like F1's brought in the sprint. There's more racing, more things can happen, more action. And I feel like with these races that go for 2 hours, that it can get quite stagnant. Like even last year in Adelaide, they didn't have a safety car in the last race. It was just a 2 hour sprint race, pretty much. And let's be honest, it wasn't that entertaining. So I think that's the reason why I'm kind of going by my way. The drivers might not think it's great. Um, like David Sprinkles has said, um, only drivers that the 60-60 races were stupid and pointless. Look, yeah, kind of. I guess you don't earn enough points for the race, but I think from an entertainment value, it could be better, especially at a street circuit. Um, Personally, I also preferred when Gold Coast was the Enduro. Obviously, COVID ruined that, but I feel like at a street circuit, even though they are difficult, having more action is just better. That's just my opinion. I don't really mind the long races either. Action can happen in a long race. The grid can get muddled up. Someone from the back could win, sure. But I think nowadays, with the way that the tires are working, in am I still here? Hello. Um, with the way the tires are working, that potentially it can be more entertaining. All right, let's continue. I guess going to the grid. We got the Penrite Racing boys. Is my connection not good? Anyway, I'll hopefully let that settle down a bit. Just having some technical issues. Yeah, we got the Penrite boys, Matt Payne and Rich Stanaway, both 9th and 10th in the championship. I think they have the potential of going really well. I know Stanaway is really good at street circuits. Obviously, Matt Payne had as well. So obviously winning the Adelaide round. But yeah, let's see how we kind of go. Am I all good here or no? What's going on? Let me. And just use data. Is it better now? Am I smoother? I hope I haven't lost anyone. Still got 5 viewers, so. Am I still here? Is everyone? Can everyone hear me? Keep saying it stops. I'm getting nothing here, so I have no idea. We're all good? Alright. Seems like we're all back to normal. Alright, sweet. Cool. Alright, let's continue going on the grid. David Reynolds. Now, let me get the kind of results up for the last round. David Reynolds had a kind of meh weekend in Darwin. So he loves street circuits. I mean, has he won at Townsville? Pretty sure. Not 100% sure on that, but I know he likes street circuits. He was a very big advocate on the first Supercars podcast, or Drivers podcast. Can't remember what they called it. Just get some results up from the last race. Whew. Bryce thinks Team 18 will struggle. Hopefully not. They're a good bunch of guys. Having Mark and David on the team, they have had a bit of a tough start to the year, being kind of mid-pack. So yeah. South is putting a good comment here. What is race nuts? Race nuts page. There we go. Race apps. I don't know. I'll find out later. Alright, continue going through the field. Obviously, you had Andre Hardniner win his home round, so hopefully he could do well again. I don't really know how to label BJR. Like, not without being rude, but like, they're always underwhelming. You always think they're going to go well and they don't, or they come out of nowhere and do well. Well, when I say they, I mean Andre Hardniner, unfortunately. A few shots there, but doesn't matter. Yeah, let's see how they go. And then obviously we've had Jack LeBrock had his few moments here and there this year. A couple of comments just coming in. Had Daniel the karting guy join. Hi, how's it going? Thomas Randall here as well. I think he needs a good weekend. Like, he's had some okay races this year, but he needs to be a bit more consistent. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Mike is joined as well. Hello, welcome to the pod. Obviously, we touched on Team 18, Mark Winterbottom. Besides the podium he had in Darwin, nothing really positive to report, unfortunately. Yeah, let's just see how we go. A surprise for this year has actually been Cam Hill. I've been pretty happy with him. I don't know how he's 16th in the championship. Every time I've seen him race, he's always in the top 10. So yeah, I guess he's had a few issues here and there. But yeah, let's hope that he goes well this weekend. Obviously, he's got his teammate there for a couple more years. If he sticks around, I think he deserves to stick around. Being where he's been this year, I'm pretty impressed with how he's done so far, as well as Ryan Wood. If he can, I reckon he could be a pretty dark horse this weekend in terms of having a good week. But basically just due to the fact that I think he's come out of nowhere. He's had a couple of podiums in Perth. Sorry, podium in Perth. No, he missed out on the podium. Sorry, front row start he had in Perth. So yeah, let's see how we go with that. A couple of comments in here. Bryce saying Team 18 always go pretty bad in Townsville, but it's weird because they have triple eight cars. True, I guess sometimes it goes to show that you have the right gear, but no, I'm joking. They have an idea, it's just they're not extracting the full performance out of their car. By the looks of it, I'm not sure what's going on behind the scenes. Who else can we touch upon here? James Courtney's had an okay year. I think they just confirmed today their driver lineup for the Enduro, which is going to be James Courtney teaming up with Blanchard, the owner, and Jack Perkins will be with Aaron Love. Actually, their video was quite funny. If you check out their social media, definitely worth the watch. Actually, just going through the championship standing, Cooper Murray is in 18th, and he's only done one round. No, that's not right. No. Sorry, there's a glitch here. He's on 69 points. That is a glitch. He's not in 18th at all. Supercars, fix your website. So yeah. Oh no, Southwick's just come in, and I've just gone the wrong way. Apparently Perkins is going to be with James Courtney, and Blanchard is going to be with Aaron Love. Yeah, that makes more sense, because Blanchard will be in the... Yeah, thanks for that, Southie. I keep going down the field, not going to lie, it's mostly full of BJR drivers, but another driver that's had a pretty okay year, I'm surprised he's 19th, is Tim Slade. They've had a couple of good weekends at Newline Racing, so hopefully he can stay out of trouble, qualify up the grid a bit more, and yeah, go from there, I guess. And then unfortunately to round up pretty much the whole grid of the BJR cars, I don't really know what to say about these boys anymore. And then Aaron Love and Brody Kostecki, obviously. Brody Kostecki is very interesting. Obviously, he had the first podium back in Supercars in Darwin. I believe it was the first race of the weekend he got that. And no, sorry, second race. I think he can do it again. I believe that he's kind of getting back into his normal self. And let's just see. Like, honestly, obviously missing the first couple of rounds, not going to be any championship hunt for the year. Not sure what his plans are post this year. I guess we'll find out more later in the year when we get closer to the end. But yeah, that kind of wraps up how I think everyone's going to go. I mean, I kind of just said that everyone's going to do hopefully well. I can make some predictions in here if you guys want. Obviously, Daniel said he's going to join for a Q&A in the next couple of minutes. Yeah, Evan, Bryce has written a great comment. Jackson Evans must be fatigued by now because he's about to race in his fourth weekend in a row because he did the Spa 24 hour, I believe. So yeah. Hey, did he do the Le Mans too? Not sure. Do you think Barry Ryan will be there this weekend? Probably not. I heard some news that there's potential that he could be selling his stake in the team. I don't know too much about it. I kind of don't want to know too much about it because it's always full of drama when it comes to Erebus. So yeah, I guess for now we can put some predictions in. Like I said before, I think it's probably unfortunately going to be a RedBull fest this weekend with a couple of guys that could sneak in and grab a win, like Chaz Mostert, Nick Percat. I think even the Shelby Power boys can do pretty well. So yeah, we'll see how they go. Couple of comments coming in now just to end the pod. Pat's asked me my least favorite driver. Well, I don't really dislike anyone, but in terms of results, probably Macaulay Jones. Don't really know how he's in Supercars anymore. Bryce saying that he went Darwin. No, was he in Darwin? Oh, sorry, that's no, sorry. This is Jackson Evans. Yeah, Darwin, Fuji, Spa 24, and now Townsville. Yeah, that's crazy. That is nuts. Todd should buy the charter, so I reckon that's why you're selling his workshop. I don't know who that is about. Anyway, doesn't matter. I think that Todd Hazelwood was there at Queensland Raceway last year, helping out with the TA2 guys for TF8 Tyre. They're a massive team, those guys. I'm kind of surprised they're not in Supercars. Well, I'm sure they will be soon, but yeah, they got all the equipment. Don't worry. So pretty much that'll wrap up the Todd is in Todd Kelly. Right, that makes sense. I was a bit lost then for a second. Sorry about that. South is written here as well that Matt Stone Racing and TM18 are staying behind after the event to rebuild cars. Interesting. Yeah, wow, lots of comments going in here. But yeah, we're gonna end the official pod for the preview for the Townsville 500. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be sticking around on the TikTok live for just general chats and Q&A with Daniel joining as well. So yeah, we'll have another pod obviously for the review for both F1 and Supercars. So I hope you guys can stick around then. But for now, I'll catch you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day, and yeah, see you guys next week.